for we are to God the fragrance of Christ. 2 Corinthians 2 verse 15.
Hello, welcome back. This is Top Notes by Tokwe and my name is Tokwe. So thank you for clicking on this video and spending a bit of your time with me. I am a fragrance reviewer and I review mostly Middle Eastern fragrances, but sometimes I do niche and designer fragrance. So if you like that, why don't you click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you are always notified when I upload a new video. Today in the video, I'm about to review a collection of Lattafa fragrances. So if you're interested in knowing which Lattafa collection I'm reviewing for you, without much ado, let's get into the video. Welcome. So like I said, I am reviewing Lattafa fragrance for you. It's a collection, it's 4 fragrances, and it's none other than the Lattafa Thameen collection. Yes, I do have a Thameen collection fragrance video on my channel, but this is another Thameen. This is the Musk Thameen version, and they're just so beautiful. So I want to review these fragrances for you. And I caught into this fragrance because at a certain point I was working a job where I wasn't allowed to wear so much fragrances, but these were just lovely and was the kind of fragrances that I needed. So I'm going to get into it. Like I said, this fragrance is a collection, so there's 4. There is the Candy Rose, there is the Sugar Plum, there is the Wild Vanille, and then finally there's So Poudrée, okay, which will translate to so powdery, you know. So I'm going to start with this one, which is the Candy Rose right here. Candy Rose. It has notes of rose and citruses. It has white musk, it has floral notes, and it also has a base note of musk and amber. Okay, so that's what it has as notes. This, and as you can see, for all these fragrances, right, I have quite a bit of a dent into them. This one, you can see the dent. I've used it quite a bit, as you can see, and this is because honestly I enjoy this fragrance. This is it's a sweet rose scent, you know. It's like a candied rose, just as it says, but it has a bit of like brightness to it, so it's not like a jammy candy rose. It's just like a soft sweet rose scent. It has a lot of musk in it. It is so beautiful. Like, to me, it reminds me, I know that there's this, it has like the rose feels like it's candied with red fruits, so raspberries, strawberries, you know, some red berries bit in it. It's sweet, but it's because it's powdery, it's not gourmand sweet. Even though it says candy rose, I don't get a gourmand sweetness from this. This is just like a sweet powdery scent. It's very interesting because it's so put together. Because this fragrance is powdery, it's not extremely strong, and also these fragrances I believe are water based, and that is why they come off like this. They don't, so it doesn't have that sharp alcohol, nothing to it. It's just a very smooth powdery scent. It's almost somewhat slightly creamy. What it reminds me of is like some sweet, because some of the candiness of it is a bit artificial, so the sweetness is somewhat artificial. So it's like even though I smell some fruits, it's almost like a lollipop or you know, some artificially flavored sweet, not like fruity, and it dries down to be so powdery. So you smell sweet, but you smell almost powdery. The rose is not very overpowering. It's a very fresh, bright rose that is almost sweetened in itself. So it's not a jammy rose. It's a very fresh, light, powdery rose. And I would say that it's a red rose, but it's very light and powdery, very beautiful. The thing about the scent is that as it progresses, you lose some of the candiness and the artificial scents that I'm talking about, and becomes predominantly a very light, bright rose scent that is dipped in a lot of musk. It is very, very beautiful. This is one of my go-to scents when I was working, when I couldn't wear fragrances. This fragrance doesn't project a lot because I think because it doesn't have alcohol in it, it doesn't project a lot, but it's very long lasting. You don't have like a huge projection. It's quite a long lasting scent, but it doesn't project, it doesn't fill the room. It keeps to have like a nice scent bubble around you. It lasts anywhere between, let me say, 4 to 5 hours. But one thing I noticed is that it has a better longevity in the cold weather. Like, it's so nice when you wear it when the weather is a bit chilly, because then it can stretch the longevity. It does better on my skin than it does on clothes somehow, you know. So that's about Candid Musk. The next one that I have from the collection is going to be the purple one, which is the Sugar Plum Musk. Okay, this is Sugar Plum Musk. This is what it looks like. And Sugar Plum Musk has notes of plum, jasmine, floral notes. It has some musk and amber in it. So that's it. There's jasmine, there's plum, there's amber, there's musk, and there's some floral notes. Let me put that on here. Okay, that too, I haven't worn that one much as well. It's quite a dent, as you can see, but it's not in the same kind of dent that I have in it as the other ones. Yep, this one smells like a plum. It's very fruity, so plum, but I don't smell so much of the plum, but the plum is there. It's quite like a juicy plum, but I feel like there are other additional blue like berries into it. It's not just plum, but like there's something else in it. And then there's a burst of white floral, which definitely will be the jasmine, but I picked some nice bits of white floral from it, and it just, when it dries down to something slightly warm and almost it has this almost lactonicness to it, which is interesting. But together, when I smell this reminds me of some form of like a shampoo or a conditioner, you know, when you have a plum based shampoo or conditioner. To be honest, this entire collection has this soapiness, clean skin kind of a thing, fresh out of a shower thing, that has, because of the musk, so it gives you this clean and fresh smell, and that's what I love about it, but with a hint of a few notes to it. So this is more like a plum and white floral. That's what I get from it, but you know, very lightly scented. Again, this doesn't project so much. You get the same bits of longevity just like the first one, which is anywhere around 5 to 6 hours. If it's within cold temperatures, you can push it to almost, you know, 7 hours. Again, this lasts very much well on the skin than it does on clothes. So that is the Sugar Plum from the Thameen collection. The third one that I will go is this one, which is the Wild Vanilla. This one for me was a wild card because I was expecting more from the Wild Vanilla one, but it didn't do that for me. So this has green tea and fruity notes. It has lemon, it has white musk, and then it has vanilla. Okay, so green tea, lemon, some fruity notes, and yep. This one I really liked, but the vanilla didn't come out as much as I would have wanted the vanilla to come out. This is like a tea-based powdery scent with citrus notes in it. So what you smell at the top is something that is like the green tea comes off, but it's more of the citrus. So it's like lemon green tea kind of a feel, but with powdery undertones. So if you've tried, I'm going to put a picture. There's this soap that has some tea and, you know, lemon, the lemon version. So that's how it is. Like, it has that zestiness to it, but it also has the calmingness of the green tea coming into place, and then you have the vanilla coming in. The fruits that I smell on this one is more of citrus fruits, so maybe some bergamot, some grapefruit, that kind of a thing. So that's what I get. It doesn't, this one has more of a tea citrusness to it, but the vanilla makes it so creamy. This one too, powdery undertones to it, really beautiful. It's very nice. Like, this one would be very nice for summer if you're looking for something light that you want to wear for summer, because it has that citrusness to it. Of all of them, this one is the one that doesn't last so long, and I think it's because of the green tea and the citrus combination, so it doesn't really last. This one lasts mostly about maybe 4 to 5 hours, maybe even less, maybe 3 to 4 hours, and then usually I carry it in my bag and then I reapply it. You know, I wore this less, though this was the one that I was looking forward to the most, is the one that I wore less of, because the longevity in itself wasn't the best for me. And then the last but not the least in the collection is going to be this one, and this is the So Poudre. So this is basically supposed to be fully a powdery, the most powdery one. So it starts with powdery notes and floral notes, then in the middle it still has powdery notes and woody notes, and then in the base it has musk and amber. So this is supposed to be like the one that, and this is so creamy, it's so powdery, it's like at the level of Narciso Rodriguez perfumes. You know how powdery and calming this is. Of all the three, this is the most powdery of all the three, and it has that, the powdery notes at the top, and then it's mixed with some floral notes. Though I picked something that smells like blueberry or raspberry in this one, though no fruity notes is mentioned, and this is so creamy. It's almost lactonic, though it says cedarwood is here, and so I want to believe that not woody notes but not cedarwood. There's something, maybe sandalwood. There's a creaminess to this particular one that almost smells like it gives it this a nuttiness, or almost a lactonicness to it, and the creaminess is not like a milky creaminess, so you might say nut milk kind of a creaminess. So I'll think maybe there's some hidden almond notes in it. It's very nice. Of all of them, I think it's the one that, let me see, that I have not really. I was thinking to say, okay, maybe that's the one that I had made the most dense. I think it's not, but it's the one that I really used to drift to after the Candy Rose, because it just really smells put together. I would say that of all the three, this is the one that will come off a bit dated, because it's very powdery. Somebody might even say that they all, if you're not careful, if you don't like musk, it will give the old woman kind of feel, you know, because when people think of powdery perfumes, they think it's for old women, because again, powdery perfumes came into the market around the 60s, so it feels a bit dated. But I feel like it's so beautiful. It gives that clean skin, you know, matured, very lovely. I enjoy wearing it. If I have to rank it, I'll say that the one that I like the least would be this one, which is Sugar Plum at number 4. We have this is difficult, Wild Vanilla at number 3. We have Candy Rose at number 2, and I would say that for me, So Poudre is at number 1. So let me know your scent of the day today. Also, let me know if you have had any experiences with these specific Lattafas, Thameen Musk collection. And what is your favorite powdery scent? Do you like powdery scents at all? Do you enjoy them? Let's continue in the comment section. If you have watched this video to this point and you haven't liked this video, why don't you click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you are always notified when I upload a new video. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video.